What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are Today, man. Turn. Today, to motherfucker day. Straight hood outside. Big Crip and the gang straight hood outside shit, man. Free Palestine, free Congo, Russia deal thing, and Texas stand the fuck up. Each day is a new day, be a better version of yourself. Never let somebody bring you down, always fight back. Never let somebody tell you you are. Also, never put yourself in a position you're alone. Let's stay humble. Let's go on revolution on this moment. Keep y'all right first. Coming to this Black Hebrew Israelite as a real Jew. We out here. Alright. Boom. Today, to motherfucker day. Straight hood outside. Big Crip and the gang. Gang, go. Let's get into this bitch, man. My fucking phone tripping. Man, it's so fucking hard. Alright, man, so we got, like I said, bruh, it's a lot of secret organizations in the hip-hop community. You know what I'm saying? And this is a prime example of it. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show you, man, sometimes you want that quick success, that fame, that fortune, and everything, and that shit can get taken away from you in like an instant. Especially when you don't listen to what the people who part of that secret organization is telling you. You know what I'm saying? It just goes to show you, be your own person. Hey, there's nothing wrong with taking the good route and putting in the work than the quick success because. But we got Tory Lanez, Megan Thee Stallion, and Akademiks. So we got this beef between Akademiks and Megan Thee Stallion been going on for a minute. You know what I'm saying? You know, like I said, man, I don't believe nothing Megan says. That's a fact. Akademiks, I 100% agree with what Akademiks is saying. I feel like it's some suspicion. It's fugazi shit going on. This shit. And the first video is gonna show you how I feel about Jay-Z and the organization that's going on with these people, man. It's gonna break it down real good and easy.
Numbered, or has he got a chance for redemption? His time is running out. Will he be a saint, or will he continue to serve the dark side? He keeps on digging deeper, but at any point he could change his mind. The Conflicted 13.
So who is she?
Don't you recognize her? She was a famous pop star from the 90s. But having said that, I suppose she looks completely different now. She went against us. So now we keep her here, in the dungeon, torture her. 20 years she has been here. 20 years of torture. She doesn't even scream anymore. She lost her mind years ago. You see, Cash, we the elders are not happy with you. You have caused us a major problem. Conflicted. He has broken the oath by exposing us.
You think I don't know this? Look, I want him gone too. But he has some kind of gift. He's able to make music that seems to connect to the masses. It's a rare gift. Right now I need him.
Yes, we know. It's not a gift. He has entered into a Faust. We found this out yesterday. He has done a deal with Devil. Until the deal runs out, we can't touch him.
Really? When did he do it?
We think it was undertaken the day of the crash. So, you see, you are to blame for this situation. You have become a liability. Your decisions seem to be based on bad judgment.
Well, you may believe this, but I am a brother. I have never betrayed you. I have been loyal. You know that although bad judgment, I have proven my commitment.
Don't you think that we know this? We know what you have done. Once his deal with the devil has run out, this is just a matter of time. That's the thing with the devil. He will always turn his back on you. Once he gets what he wants, and when this happens, he will be cloned, and we will control the clone. I will take pleasure in watching him suffer. The torture he will feel will be delectable. He dares to expose us, he will feel the ultimate suffering. But that is not today. For now, he must feel the ultimate shame. A humiliation ritual is required. I have sent you the details. You are to let him know the time and date and what is required.
I see. But what about his sacrifice?
That is to be put on hold for now. He has already showed us that he cannot be trusted. So for him to join us would be a bad move. For now, he stays under your protection. You will be his handler. Now go and understand that the humiliation ritual must not go wrong. He must do exactly what we have dictated. At the moment, he is seen as the people's hero. We need to change this to the people's fool. For your sake, it better go as planned. Your existence is hanging on by a thread.
Miss Gossip.
Hey man, we want to say, man, Megan Thee Stallion, we don't believe nothing you saying, man. It's almost like a fuck you, Megan Thee Stallion. We got Akademiks, versus Megan Thee Stallion beef, man. This shit been going on for like a long ass time, you know what I'm saying? Like, this shit getting crazy.
Ever since the Tory versus Meg trial, people have been looking at Rock Nation differently.
Megan a hoe,
they
man.
are considered one of the most successful and
hoe,
influential
man.
record labels in hip-hop. They have earned themselves another more sinister reputation.
Fuck that hoe, Megan Thee Stallion, bitch.
Who decide who shall rise and who shall fall in the
Trying to pick on people,
Many
nigga.
people believe that Rock Nation might have played a part in not only the incarceration of Tory Lanez, but
Most
also
definitely.
the downfall of many other artists in the industry. In many situations in the past few years, there have been a trail of breadcrumbs that always seem to lead back to Rock Nation. Just
Rock
like
Nation
we saw with the Meg
be
versus
fucking
Tory
us
trial.
over, man.
It seems
Us
that
black
once
artists.
Rock Nation sets their eyes on you, you gotta be real careful what you say and do. This is something that DJ Akademiks has learned firsthand, as after he chose Tory in the Meg trial, Rock Nation has gone after him. They're dragging him into a lawsuit to teach him a lesson. Recently, Akademiks was subpoenaed by Meg's lawyers to attend a deposition. The only thing is, they didn't expect Akademiks to expose them publicly, as Akademiks went live and showed proof that could suggest Rock Nation could be behind
Rock Nation's a bitch.
takedown. Hey guys, I hope all is well. At this point, we all know just how Rock Nation
Jay-Z
gets
be trying to
down.
hold
They're
us,
one of the
man.
most connected music companies in the business. We all saw just how connected they were when the CEO
Such strong
of Rock
ass face.
Nation, Desiree Perez, was exposed by her own daughter for trying to allegedly get her own daughter's boyfriend arrested. Desiree Perez's daughter showed evidence that her own mother had connections with law enforcement. Also, connections with the healthcare field.
That's what they do, man. They all work behind
Desiree
scenes, bro.
Perez was essentially caught using her wealth and connections to institutionalize her daughter and incarcerate her boyfriend. This is the technique
That's
that
wild.
Rock Nation as a company seems to utilize to get rid of their problems. The same techniques many people believe they used against Tory Lanez. Love him or hate him, one person who has always called this out was no other than DJ Akademiks. I know that for many reasons, a lot of people don't like Akademiks. I
That's a
myself have
fact.
been critical of Akademiks in the past. But I have to give credit where credit is due.
Yeah, he going against these big ass labels, man.
Tory was innocent.
Cause they try to pick on the little guys, man.
Was the one who set him
they
up.
holding the niggas to come up
This
next.
because him and Tory are friends, or because of some other reason, that's up to you to decide. Regardless, he has always called this out, and it now seems
we just don't believe Megan Thee Stallion, bro. She's a liar, bro. She lied about everything.
Back during the Tory and Meg trial. During the
She
trial,
get with a light-skinned nigga, then it's like, oh, look at her. She living her best life. Bitch, I'm Tory getting stabbed up.
He was even accused of leaking trial information and was even called out for it by Meg's lawyers and the judge. Another thing that Akademiks did was shine a spotlight on a smaller blogger named Milagros. Milagro was also covering the Tory Lanez and Meg trial as it was unfolding.
Well, look like I'm gonna have to block Instagram next.
And reported back what she heard and gave her opinion on it.
I blocked Facebook, now I'm gonna block Instagram
decided
next.
to not only start showing her Tory coverage on the streams, but eventually even collaborated on content with her. Akademiks not only invited her onto a stream so they could talk about the trial, but he also interviewed her for his off-the-record podcast. This put more eyes on Milagros.
I mean, she a baddie. I see her Megan Thee Stallion matter because she bad as fuck.
Eventually, the trial ended, and Tory was found guilty by the jury. Milagro was one of the main people speaking out, claiming that she felt Tory was set up. This eventually got her in trouble. When Megan Thee Stallion,
like she's trying to risk her life for Tory.
Defaming her. In October,
would Tory risk his life for you? Fuck no.
Claiming she not only defamed her, but did it for money, accusing her of being a Tory Lanez paid mouthpiece. Meg claimed that Milagros received money from Tory to slander her name. During the course of this lawsuit unfolding, Akademiks was eventually dragged into it when he was subpoenaed by Meg and Rock Nation's lawyers. Rock Nation's lawyers claimed they wanted to question Akademiks because they believe he might have proof that Milagros was being paid by Tory to slander Meg. When Akademiks attended the deposition, he
them hoes just lying. That ugly ass white bitch right here, stuck up ass. I'm talking the young bitch, her stuck up ass.
Also get him to expose information about their rivals
in
the music industry, showing us exactly how Rock Nation is using the legal system in the courts to do their bidding. During the deposition, Rock Nation's lawyers questioned Akademiks about his dealings with other artists like Nicki Minaj and Drake. This is something Akademiks further witnessed when Meg's lawyers accidentally shared their screen with their private chats between the lawyers at the deposition.
They did like 3-4 times.
Meg's lawyers not only talking down on him, but he also found proof of Desiree Perez's involvement. Akademiks show their chats where they not only have points about asking about OVO, but also he saw a message where one of the lawyers literally states, "Tell Des he couldn't even wait for the deposition to be over to talk about it." Obviously, they were referring to Desiree Perez, clearly reporting back to her about what was going down during this deposition.
Like, I get what it was. You know what I mean? Like, this was
they mad because Akademiks know what he be talking about.
A little psyop from Rock Nation. This is a Rock Nation play. I'm gonna be honest with you. This is my personal opinion, like most things are. So yesterday I did a whole deposition for, in the case of Milagro Cooper, which is Milagro Grams, that you guys know her, or might know her as, versus Megan Pete, or Meg Thee Stallion, which some of you might know her as, or some people might call her Bigfoot. That's not me, though. That's okay. Anyway,
giant foot head ass.
They're going through a civil case. They're accusing Milagro Cooper.
She a liar, bro.
Of defamation.
Like,
and
that's why you gotta be hard on thoughts, man, because they be lying, bro.
Because Meg is signed to Rock Nation. Rock Nation, it's one of the scummiest places. Like, they have a lot of things and access to grind, in my opinion. Like, for example, they don't like Drake, they don't like this, they don't like that. And they're finding ways to try to get dirt on everybody. Everybody. Like, in this particular defamation case, I haven't spoken on text messages with Milagro in probably over a year, maybe 2. We don't text. We met one time in person, we did a podcast. We've had a professional relationship, but there's barely been any communication yet. They were insistent on trying to drag me into this, not necessarily, I believe, for that, but because of other, maybe cross-collateralized goals that they might have. Anyway, I think they knew twofold what was going to happen. Maybe they thought they could get some information from me or get me to say stuff that, whatever, fit their agenda. But I think they knew. You get Ak up in there. I got a big mouth. They ain't nothing secret with me.
That's a fact.
They ain't nothing secret with me. Okay? So you ain't got to wait for the transcript when it comes to Ak. This is a top law firm. Jay-Z, Quinn Emanuel, that's a law firm. By the way, I went toe-to-toe with him. No lawyer with me. I was just there. I'm just there weighing it. You feel me? You know who are these people. This is a court reporter. Type in. This is the main lawyer that is operating from Quinn Emanuel on this particular case for Megan Pete.
The biggest bitch.
This lawyer here, which you're going to see how interested it is, because we got their names. We can Google them. We can Google them. She works at Quinn Emanuel. Matter of fact, let's Google them. Marie, this is her right here. Let's go to her Instagram.
That's why they be trying to get these good-looking lawyers So they can just distract you. If you were like a weak ass nigga and you just focus on their looks, they'll distract your doofy ass and get you out the paint. You gotta stand on business with these hoes.
They asked to put up an exhibit. They say, hey, exhibit girl, could you put up an exhibit that we want to show act? Shorty, instead of putting up the exhibit, shows her screen. And I see the chat. I see the chat of the conversation happening with the lawyers. Oh, you want to see? Here's a screenshot. Quinn Emanuel, look at this.
Bitch.
I don't know why they're talking about OVO. What is OVO? I don't know why Quinn Emanuel in their Slack, I think this is Slack, is saying OVO. I don't know. Then the other one says, Marie, good.
Shout out to the truth
I got
is,
more than you thought we would on that. Just make sure you're sharing the right screen. So she did it once. And the other ones that say, yo, you shared the wrong screen. Like, look, I'm talking their ear off. They said, if he won't shut the up, I'm never getting through this. Yeah, I had a lot to say. It's an interesting part. Tell Des. By the way, I posted we had a break. I told him I wouldn't be on my phone while I'm answering questions. But these lawyers, they couldn't either hold their bladder or something while we were doing it. They're like, yo, we need some more time. We got to go to the bathroom. I'm like, damn. Yo, what y'all got in the cafeteria up there at the Rock Nation lawyer offices?
Coffee,
she says, and this is where I realized we got you. Y'all are liars. Tell Des. If you're the lawyer for Megan Pete, why would you need to tell Des? Who's Des? The only Des that I know, and I could be wrong. Desiree Perez, the co-founder and chief executive officer of Rock Nation. So you did this. So with y'all sitting there with me for 7 hours claiming that y'all had zero affiliation, and that yes, even if y'all did represent Rock Nation, this is a Meg Thee Stallion thing. My conduct in that deposition, y'all are in an internal chat reporting, go tell Rock Nation CEO this. Akademiks is posting about the deposition. Come on, gang. Come on. When I tell y'all that Rock Nation, Desiree Perez, in my belief, is lining the whole industry up, and everything, even the Meg Thee Stallion, the Halle Baileys of the world, if you connect it to Rock Nation, trust me, they're cooking up some type of poisonous secret sauce to get your ass. Y'all think I'm lying? Well, here it is in 4K.
No, we ain't. We're not thinking you lying. We believe your
because I posted.
We believe you, man.
A story saying, "Yo,
them some bitches, man. Megan Thee Stallion's a bitch."
She says, "Tell Des." I said he couldn't get to the end of the depot without posting about it. All these names, it'll be interesting to figure out who these people are. Kayla Fleming, Julian Scholem, Joseph Bashi. They're probably pretty good. They're probably pretty good guys. I have nothing wrong with Quinn Emanuel, but I could tell that Rock Nation is a puppeteer pulling them strings.
That's a fact.
That's not onto y'all chat. This particular deposition,
we already know it.
Defendant. I'm not an involved party. They claim that I might have
keeping niggas down. We already know it.
They subpoenaed me, and the subpoena required me to do a deposition that they should have been asking me about my knowledge of any information that could help or hurt the defendant or the plaintiff. And the people they asked me about was people like Nicki Minaj, Drizzy Drake. Hey, did Drake ever pay you? Did he ever do this? In the deposition for Meg, they're saying tell Desiree.
This was very interesting and extremely revealing. While Rock Nation and Desiree Perez have denied the rumors of being involved in the takedown of Tory, it's strange to see Meg's lawyers talking about reporting back directly to Desiree Perez. Why does the CEO of a massive company like Rock Nation have so much interest in a lawsuit filed by Meg against a random blogger?
Because it can ruin their whole fucking reputation.
Desiree is deeply involved in this Tory takedown. We always hear her name when things like this happen. I wonder why. Also, it's interesting to see Rock Nation trying to gather dirt on Drake after Drake sues UMG, which is in a partnership with Rock Nation. I know people think Rock Nation is an independent label owned and operated by Jay-Z, but that is not the case. A simple Google search would reveal that Rock Nation is under UMG, the same label Drake is suing. Now, all of a sudden, Rock Nation's lawyers are asking questions about Drake. It's pretty obvious what's going on here. Like I said in my video about Drake's lawsuit against UMG, they're going to find any way to bring Drake down. During the deposition, they eventually began talking about the Megan Thee Stallion trial, where we can see exactly what the lawyers were there for. They not only wanted to intimidate Akademiks and get information out of him they can use against their rivals, but also force him into a corner where he would be forced to backtrack on what he said about Megan in the past.
Man, you can't trust none of these big ass corporations, nigga. I don't care if they black, white, or Mexican, because they all on some fuck shit at the end of the day.
And instead told Meg's lawyers to their face that he believed Meg's a bold-faced
keep
liar.
niggas down when they come up.
And he believed that his incarceration was
Counsel, please get closer to the mic. Sorry, when you say that, let's try this again. When you say that you and him have had conversations about his incarceration not being that fair, you're referring to Mr. Lanes' incarceration? Oh, no, I didn't say we had conversations. I said our disposition. I think we have similar dispositions. I didn't say we talked about it. I said, I along with him, believe he's incarcerated unfairly. I mean, I think we don't need to have a conversation about it.
We all think he's incarcerated unfairly.
In my personal opinion, I think his incarceration is BS.
True.
Yeah, and unfair, yes. And by unfair, you mean unjust?
Most definitely.
And by unjust, would you say wrongfully convicted?
Most definitely.
Yes. What's your basis to believe that he was wrongfully
convicted? Y'all lied, bitch.
The basis would be, I sat through and watched. I thought the burden of proof was on the prosecutor to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez was not only in possession of a weapon, but shot Miss Pete. And I had a lot of doubt. There was a lot of doubt that I thought was more than reasonable. So under that premise, I don't see, or I couldn't stand behind a decision to put somebody in jail for 10 years when there's more than what I believe is reasonable doubt that he didn't commit these crimes. So, from there, I'm not gonna agree with any type of incarceration of him. You thought that there was sufficient evidence to sustain a conviction against him until after the trial concluded, or did you speak on it during the duration of the trial? Oh, definitely spoke on it during the duration. When people are watching me give an opinion or cover a trial, it's definitely rooted in how I see it, mixed with, hey, listen, these are the facts. From the get-go, I definitely thought, hey, listen, this is a crock of BS. The get-go where the victim was supposedly, I felt like she was just lying. I felt like she was an habitual liar. I felt like she couldn't tell the truth to save her life. And then now it relied on her testimony, along with a couple other things from what I've seen, but her testimony definitely was an important factor. Just interject real quick. When you say a couple other things, you mean other evidence that was admitted at trial and considered by the jury during the criminal trial, right? Yes. Right, like bullet fragments pulled from her feet, right?
Man, fuck out of shit, ho. You know the doctors can lie, right?
Okay, let's try the question again. She just objected to
you know the doctors can lie, right? You know the doctors can get paid off, right?
Okay, that's not an objection during a deposition, but okay. One of the forms of evidence is metallic fragments that were pulled from Miss Pete's feet after surgery. That was
the doctors can lie, bitch. We don't trust none of y'all pussies.
Yes. I could broadly lay out why I feel that way. Unless you're trying to get me to agree.
We don't trust none of them. They be lying. The doctors can lie. They can say right up whatever they want to when they get paid off. They work for the secret organization.
When they get pulled over by the police and they tell the police I stepped on glass.
I didn't get shot. Oh, you did it? Oh, man. I mean, no, sir. I didn't get shot. Oh, you did it? Oh, man. I mean, no, sir.
And it doesn't come out later until you're mad. I like to say all those things because people's objectives change over time. So if I was supposed to believe this person who ends up being the star witness, when she first gets pulled over, she stepped on glass. If I was supposed to believe her in trial, when she
look at that ugly ass.
We all know. And again,
like bitch, we caught y'all niggas. Y'all lie.
Perspective.
We ain't going for that shit.
There's no girlfriend that's gonna have a bad breakup with you and then goes say this guy is the best guy ever. Story's always gonna change, perspective change. Then she says, no, he shot me. So again, I'm going off of those things, and I like to believe women. So when she tells me one thing and then she tells me another, I don't know what
I don't believe none of hoes. Nigga, they all be lying.
That's doubt. Okay. Let me ask you this question. And you didn't even go to a single day of the trial in person, correct? No.
Because you don't need to,
okay.
bozo.
You understand that after the trial, a jury came to a verdict, right? I mean, that's how trials go. The verdict is usually... Right, and in this case, a jury did come to a verdict, correct?
We don't believe it.
A jury did come to a verdict, correct?
Man, we don't care how much legalese you talking, bitch. You're a liar. You a liar, Megan a liar, all y'all niggas lie. Jay-Z a liar.
Yes.
Nigga, we ain't going for none of that.
Okay, but unanimity means that all 12 juror members signed on to the same verdict, correct? Yes. After hearing all of the evidence, all 12 individual members of the jury agreed that the prosecution had proved beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez shot Megan Thee Stallion on June 12, 2020, right? So I've never argued what... Mr. Allen, it's a yes or no question. Yes, I've never, but it's a non sequitur because I've never said... It's not a non sequitur, Mr. Allen. It's a question. Because just starting from what I said, I said what I believed. You're telling me what the jury did. Me and the jury are not the same people. So, for example, OJ was acquitted of murder, but there are reasonable people who believe he did it.
Dumbass.
I don't have to accept what the jury said just because it was unanimous.
Dumbass.
Quote unquote all of the testimony. Also, I don't even believe that. That's part of his entire appeal.
Dumbass.
What's part of his entire appeal? What's part of his entire appeal?
Well, there's evidence and testimony that I think is. Let me lay this out. Meg Thee Stallion is a flat out liar.
That's a fact.
What's your basis for saying that she's a flat out liar?
I've seen her say something on Gayle King, and then when it came to being questioned by the prosecutors and being on the stand, she said something different. If that's not a lie, you tell me what it is. Okay, so she was clearly intoxicated that night. I don't think that's a something we have to debate. Kelsey, intoxicated that night. Okay, Tori, intoxicated that night. The only person that was not intoxicated, the only person I wanted to hear. I don't want to hear from the drunk people. The only person that was sober.
The security guard even agreed with Tori.
Or whatever his name is, Daquan.
They made a nigga disappear.
He's the person I want to hear. Again, from what I've seen, Tori's team, they definitely fumbled that because they should have had him testify. He didn't testify. But if I'm a person, again, I'm not saying if we didn't accept the jury's decision, we would have went to break him out of jail. And we're talking about we as a collective in terms of the people of the United States. But we accept that a jury, when they do their job, they do their job. So we accept all their decisions.
They capped out.
Doesn't mean that we have to agree with the conclusion they came to. No one's saying the jury didn't come to a unanimous decision convicting him. What we're saying is,
bumbling bitch right here, though. Like, she just a hater. She know her job and money on the line.
And maybe I need to
like
define this. When I say unfairly, we don't believe, or I don't believe, that he shot this woman, as the story is presented via how the trial went down. And
what is your basis? So, what I fail to understand is, as somebody who did not,
she lied the whole damn time.
What is your basis for your belief
she lied
that he did not shoot?
Even the security guard said she lied.
A jury of 12
Bitch.
heard all the admissible evidence. All right. So, Mr. Allen, what I was asking was, can you explain to me the basis for your belief that Mr. Lanes did not actually shoot Megan Thee Stallion when, in point of fact, a jury of 12...
Fuck them jury, nigga!
That based on all the evidence that
fuck
they heard...
Bitch, what that supposed to mean, bitch? Fuck them! You pelican face,
I'll
bitch!
answer the question, but I feel like we are going in circles.
Bubble face, bitch!
I flat out stated that, again, I could lay out 20 points if you want to just consume and eat up time having me do that, but the initial basis of me believing that this did not happen as how
Megan Thee Stallion is such a hoe,
is
man.
because I believe Meg Thee Stallion is a liar.
That's a fact.
She lied initially.
She lied.
She lied on the
That's
national
all she do is lie.
And
That's
I
why you
am
gotta be hard on
skeptical
thoughts,
that
nigga.
the truth
All
finally
they do
came
is
out
lie.
in court. Based on that, there are alternate theories that I feel and is
We ain't
suggesting
going for that shit, nigga.
that is more a, and again, this is from my perspective. So we're not. I'm not sitting here saying the jury did not. Okay, we accept. There's alternate theories other than him shooting her that would even substantiate why. First of all, maybe he's just the worst shot in the world. He's shooting a chick and shot 5 times, not one of them directly connected.
Crazy.
It's hard for me to think. It's a man and a woman. I get it. Meg is like this behemoth of a person, and Tori's this little small dweeby dude, whatever. But it's very interesting, and it doesn't make. Again, I'm using common sense. I get it.
As you can see, the lawyer gets very defensive when Meg was called out. She went on the attack almost immediately, even when Akademiks repeatedly said it was just his opinion, and he didn't believe her because she was a liar. This again shows how Rock Nation is taking advantage of the legal system to intimidate and force people into submission. That's why they have no issues with coming after Milagro and suing her for money she likely doesn't even have. It's all about teaching a lesson and trying to keep people from talking about them. They want to bully people like me, covering their disturbing ways, letting us know that they have no issues coming even after smaller platforms that expose them. They want us silenced. Now, while Akademiks exposed Rock Nation with his deposition, he also kind of exposed himself, admitting multiple times that he is just a paid mouthpiece for the labels. During the deposition, Akademiks admits the obvious that I've been saying for years now. He gets paid by all the major record labels in order to promote and market their artists on his platform.
So they start asking me, well, who have paid you to promote it? Not I pinned the record industry. I'm very proud of it.
The music industry.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember talking about that?
Yeah, well, I don't remember specifically, but if I said that, it was more of their labels, whether with their knowledge or not.
Are there any other record labels that you haven't already told me about this morning that have paid you to promote one of their artists?
That pretty much encapsulates all of them, right? I said UMG, Sony, Warner. Those are the three record labels that control 85% of all active. And by the way, I think everybody knows this, right? Like, there's no secret that's happening here where you're like, oh my god, I've worked with Interscope, I've worked with Republic, I've worked with everybody, like Def Jam. I work with Def Jam a lot. You feel me? Like I've worked with Atlantic. Like, but if you're breaking news thinking that or think I'm about to like be lying about I've never worked with labels, no. I love working with labels. They've been a part of my business for a good while.
Now, I understand that he is running a business and it's how he makes money, but it does make him disingenuous and untrustworthy when he's taking money from labels to promote artists. As if he's taking money to promote an artist, his coverage of music isn't authentic. It is influenced by monetary compensation. Realistically, some or all of his coverage could be theoretically paid for by the labels, making him a part of the very corrupt machine that operates in the music industry. Akademiks allowed his greed to get the best of him, because at the beginning, he was making a living off just making content about his opinion of hip-hop. But then he started selling his opinion to the labels with the most money. It destroyed his credibility, and in a way, it's a form of selling out. This is why Akademiks won't back Drake in this lawsuit against UMG. Akademiks knows if he takes Drake's side, he's done in the music industry, as UMG is the biggest label in hip-hop and likely has paid Akademiks millions of dollars. He doesn't want to get on their bad side and lose all that money. Honestly though, I am surprised he's willing to go against Rock Nation, as he's openly admitted to fearing them several times. Either way, I think it's good that Rock Nation is finally being exposed. They're obviously the new gatekeepers in hip-hop and are using their power for all the wrong reasons. I want to know what you guys think about this below. I want to thank you all for watching.
Shout out to Hello Yazin. And the other one, Truth Is, before this one. So we all can agree that never trust a hoe. Ever.
Meanwhile, musician Tory Lanez, convicted of shooting
rapper get your ass out the paint, nigga.
Sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Easy.
Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez have gone through a grueling and dirty court trial. But alongside this battle is a battle of information and optics, and one of the biggest thorns in Megan's side has been
never trust a female, gang.
She had a lot of brand deals.
Ever.
Brand deals, initially when the story was reported, it made it seem like Meg was part of some criminal activity with Tory. So she needed to get to the victim side because she got brand endorsements.
Damn sure don't trust no woman.
She said that, nigga, I'm the victim. She declared that, I'm the victim.
Megan has accused Akademiks of spreading false information, but despite an open invitation, she has not sued him yet.
And all y'all who keep saying, Meg gon' sue Ak. Meg, I invited. Meg, I've been invited.
Instead, Akademiks was subpoenaed to testify in a separate case against one of Megan's other
She know Megan. She know Ak got that money on a little bit.
Exposed private messages showing that they too despised Akademiks.
He can make it right back.
I'm talking their ear off. They said if he won't shut the up, I'm never getting through this. Yeah, I had a lot to say. Yeah.
What you'll find is that Megan does not want people talking about the Tory Lanez case, but is carefully choosing which battles to fight. And when you look at the long-running feud between the two, you can see why Megan suing Akademiks would only play right into his hands. Things first got pretty heated between Meg and Akademiks in February of 2022, when Tory Lanez had a pre-trial hearing against Megan, or more specifically, Tory's trial against the state of California pursuing Megan's claims. Reporting on this hearing, Akademiks tweeted, "It was revealed in court a few moments ago that Tory Lanez's DNA was not found on the weapon in the Megan Thee Stallion case." This post went viral and Megan caught wind of it. She posted on Instagram, "I know some of y'all on payroll, but please don't get sued trying to create a hate campaign. Be a real journalist and post facts."
Megan, we don't believe nothing you saying.
Y'all got breaking news 15 minutes before court started and nobody has even been called in yet? Y'all trying to win a social media campaign. This is my real life. Y'all trying to get retweets, spreading false narratives.
YouTube Premium
for Megan was that Tory was paying Akademiks to spread this information and leaking court documents to him. Tory Lanez jumped into this argument and tweeted, "You can't buy and tweet your way out of this one. Not today."
Damn.
Megan responded to this post with a comment saying, "Lie your way out of this," and posted text from Tory which read, "I genuinely want you to know that I'm sorry from the bottom of my heart and I was just too drunk." Tory responded to this and claimed that he was apologizing for sleeping with Megan's best friend Kelsey, who was also in the car when the shooting happened. Tory tweeted, Good D had me effing two best friends and I got caught. That's what I apologize for. It's sick how you spun it though. Akademiks later deleted his original tweet and clarified. Tory Lanez trial adjourned till April, with Tory's lawyer telling the court they have completed DNA results from the prosecution, which is very pleasing to his client. I saw the doc myself. It literally says it was inconclusive in finding Tory DNA on the gun or magazine. So the DNA wasn't not found, but was inconclusive. He added, Meg gotta call the DA and ask him if it's true. I don't know why she up on here tagging me in posts like I just be making ish up. He followed this up with, by the way, Meg can get the same document that they referenced in court today. Hopefully she's entitled to see what the DA will be using against Tory, being that she's the victim. It's part of discovery. Ask the DA what the complete DNA
a lot of this because
then
niggas
come back and apologize.
A lot of these niggas done sold
20
out.
minutes after Akademiks sent this tweet, Nancy Dillon, who's a senior reporter for
I honestly believe that's why Tory Lanez going through what he's going through.
At the Tory Lanez
he sold out.
The report that
and they came to like, you know what I'm saying?
DNA results were pleasing to his side is totally fabricated. Two sources tell Rolling Stone, I'm about to receive the transcript. We'll update. Pre-trial continued to April 5th. Megan then hit back at Akademiks. Little boy, please, how are you specifically able to see documents before they come out in court? What you saying is his lawyer's sharing documents with bloggers? Take your big ass on somewhere. Akademiks then made comments about a record deal with her label 1501, who Megan had tried to sue for allegedly preventing her from releasing music.
Yeah, her whole ass took all the goddamn money out and went to Rock Nation. He's a bitch.
He wrote, you can't little boy me, never in your life. You literally signed to someone, managed by a firm, and signed to another conglomerate. You don't own nothing you put out.
That's a fact.
You literally won all your awards off sympathy off this. You got shot storyline. Get your masters back, then holla.
Damn.
Akademiks then addressed the narrative that has been attached to Megan since the shooting. Since the case became public, many people believed Megan's story has been just a light that was talking about violence against women, black women in particular, and she became the hero for surviving it, and this in turn has positively impacted her career. He would tweet, you so bothered over my tweeting out facts about Tory
Destroy the black man while building up the black woman is insane.
Discovery. Why you care so much what the internet says? Oh, I know, you've been living off a narrative, and it's sad you made it where if Tory don't go to jail, you don't win. And there would be yet another twist in this social media drama. Shortly after Akademiks tweeted this, Nancy Dillon wrote, update, I have transcript from court reporter. This is what Tory Lanez's attorney said. We are in the process of actually retaining an expert with respect to DNA. It is our hope that we will be able to review and confirm the LAPD's analysis, which from our standpoint was favorable. Ultimately, Akademiks' initial tweet was slightly inaccurate, but it wasn't incorrect, and he later made sure to mention that. This back and forth beef slowly died down, but 2 months later, Akademiks would transform from a journalist reporting on the case to having his actual name mentioned in court. In April of 2022, Tory was taken into custody for violating judge's orders. Tory was prohibited from contacting Megan, and his tweets clearly violated this order. But Tory had also allegedly violated another order where he was forbidden from speaking about any discovery or evidence being used in the trial with outside parties. In other words, he had allegedly shared documents with someone who people believe was Akademiks. Tory's attorney, Sean Hawley, argued that because Ak had some of his information wrong, that meant that he did not have direct access to the documents. In the courtroom,
I can't believe she's from Houston,
what
bitch.
Akademiks said is that the DNA was not found on the weapon. And in fact, the swab of the gun indicates inconclusive. There were 4 contributors. If he had seen this document, he presumably would have got it right. However, during this fiery exchange with Megan, Tory shot himself in the foot, no pun intended, when he tweeted, Ak is telling no lies. So this tweet alone was a violation of speaking about discovery with other parties. In May 2022, the blogger Milagro Grams posted an LAPD report which said that on the night of the incident, a doctor said that Megan was transported to Cedars-Sinai and was treated by Dr. Lafredo for lacerations on her left foot. Dr. Lafredo confirmed laceration due to stepping on glass.
Told you.
In other words, and in Milagro's words,
she
Megan
lied.
was never shot and stepped on glass.
She
Akademiks
lied.
later shared this on his stream and brought this theory to a much wider audience.
Doctors can get
he also
paid
gave his
off.
opinion that Megan had
they are part of a secret organization.
She had a lot of brand deals, and these brand deals initially when the story was reported, it made it seem like Meg was part of some criminal activity with Tory. So she needed to get to the victim side because she got brand endorsements and all.
Doctors can get paid off easily.
Like, I'm the victim. It's like she declared that I'm the victim.
Akademiks has also argued that a love triangle between Tory, Megan, and Kelsey was another driving factor behind what happened, and Megan choosing to supposedly lie about being shot by Tory. Ultimately, this theory that Megan simply stepped on glass has been debunked. When this first happened, Megan was understandably less cooperative with the police. What happened, and Megan choosing to supposedly lie about being shot by Tory. Ultimately, this theory that Megan simply stepped on glass has been debunked. When this first happened, Megan was understandably less cooperative with the police and lied about it. Ultimately, bullet fragments were later found. In June, Akademiks posted that it was not Tory Lanez who leaked the documents, but Megan's own management, Rock Nation. How many times they finna bring up my name in the case with Meg and Tory? I done told y'all I got the documents from Rock Nation and Meg's squad. We got more documents to go through on our next podcast.
Damn.
In the build-up to the trial, Akademiks even had Tory on his podcast. However, Tory was understandably very tight-lipped about the narratives and speculation swirling around the internet.
Y'all know he got, you know what's going on.
But it's the narrative that's against me, and it's me, like you're saying, it's me not defending myself.
Them contracts.
In a lot of instances, in a lot of situations, what a lot of people
that's what the secret organizations do. They can't talk about it.
And when
they want to come get you, they can. They can fuck up your whole life. The doctors work for the secret organization. Your friends work for the secret organization. They have handlers who work for the secret organization.
You avoid it in its entirety because it's not the time and place.
When the trial
and then once you try to fight back, they get you out the paint, like they try to get him out in jail.
Bloggers for misinformation, and because
he's part of the secret organization.
Meg Thee Stallion, you're a
black y'all know what I'm talking about.
In hip hop. Rock Nation, you guys represent a lot of black creators, black artists, and black athletes. If y'all think that trying to go to war with independent news media and using most of black culture, all at the behest and all while serving up these info to NBC News, as I believe this woman works for, NBC. I will tell you, this will be another PR mistake. This would be just another PR mistake. You don't go to war with a bunch of black creator platforms and serve the info up to the mainstream media. Do you understand that? Don't y'all realize the optics on
The news of Megan suing bloggers was reported by NBC reporter Kat Tenbarge. She then mentioned that some of Akademiks' tweets could be considered libelous.
In February, he tweeted and deleted that Tory Lanez DNA wasn't found in the gun. How could Meg sue me about this? I'm talking about Tory Lanez case, and Tory Lanez. First of all, let's go back to what Pop Crave said. Bloggers spreading misinformation about her in Tory Lanez trial. I believe I made a statement about Tory Lanez DNA on a gun. It goes to further prove the point that perhaps Meg Thee Stallion is thinking anytime something is reported that might look favorable to Tory, it's something against her, which I've always claimed. This is a horrible PR move for Meg Thee Stallion.
But regardless of what the internet thought about the case, the judge and jury
like it gets so tough, nigga.
Beyond a reasonable doubt,
that's why billionaires can't donate none of their money on the millionaires. Because they sign contracts where they can't go back and help their community.
Firearm with gross negligence. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 10 years in prison.
Experience the difference.
Should be where things should have ended. And Megan could put this chapter of life behind her.
She knows she's a liar.
But Akademiks still had his doubts about the case and continued to speak about it. And there was one point where he even dared Megan to sue him.
The guilt is eating her ass up, man.
In August of 2023, shortly after Tory was finally sentenced, a high-profile court reporter named Megan Cuniff said some interesting things about Ak. On a live stream, she said, the judge found that Lanez leaked it to Akademiks. Lanez's own lawyers said that. I mean, they described that's how it happened in the document. And look, I can respect that he doesn't ever want to reveal who gave him that document. Like, he shouldn't have to do that. Either Megan is referring to
your bitch ass up. Man, he's on some pussy. Nigga, y'all work for the system, ho. We don't fuck with y'all niggas.
So Ak responded
like y'all got some morals and shit. Fuck our shit, nigga.
Juvenile comments about her appearance.
What pussies?
There is zero.
Look at that ugly ass bitch.
And Megan
camel mouth ass bitch.
For every pimple.
Ugly ass cracker.
And every
Fuck that bitch.
Cross-eyed, lopsided look on your face.
Yeah.
If you could prove otherwise,
it
was
bitch.
never proven in court
Special
that
looking
Tory
ass
Lanez
bitch.
gave me. It was never proven. The argument was that Tory Lanez co-signed something I said, which...
And moving on from the reporter, Akademiks then dared Megan to sue him if she thinks he is saying anything defamatory.
And all y'all who keep saying, oh, Meg gonna sue Ak. Meg, I invited. Meg, I've been invited. I got $500,000 in escrow just for Meg. We gonna have our defense team. We could go through it.
In November, Ak helped spread the rumor that Megan had a drinking problem and said that this was part of why Tory didn't want a serious relationship with her. And without any self-awareness whatsoever, Ak adopts a judgmental tone on her drinking too much.
Meg, when you first came in the game, you was an alcoholic. I don't know what your lifestyle is at currently these days, but you was an alcoholic. You was a woman who used to drink, blackout, get drunk, whoever, and then used to be very belligerent and used to be very aggressive. That was the word on you. People didn't enjoy your presence. They enjoyed you. But after they f***ed you the first time, they would just tell their other homie, it's easy to f*** her. They weren't trying to hang around. That was the word on the street. I'm telling you these things. You might not want to believe me, but this is how they talked about you.
One of the moments that didn't help Megan was in October of 2024. She released a documentary about her life and admitted that she had lied in a TV interview with Gayle King in 2022. King asked Megan if she was ever intimate with Tory, and she said no. In this documentary, she said that she lied because she didn't want to talk about their relationship. Around the same time as this documentary was released, Megan decided enough was enough and filed a defamation lawsuit. However, Megan didn't file it against Akademiks, but against someone that he had a lot of support and love for during the trial, Milagro Grams. Milagro is admittedly a much lower profile critic than Akademiks. Aiden Ross is another huge name that has been highly critical of Megan and in support of Tory. But with all that being said, it looks as if Milagro was much more ruthless when criticizing Megan. As many people know, defamation is a very difficult case to win in the USA. Megan is a public figure, which makes it even more difficult for her to win this case. Akademiks is not really a liar who will make things up out of thin air, but people felt that he's been biased in the trial and will go along with theories and rumors that suit his own narrative, although some people just feel like he has more information than others. Milagro, meanwhile, has lied in ways that are easier to debunk, and some people would consider it constituting harassment. So this could be an example of Megan and Rock Nation carefully choosing the right battles to fight. In June, Milagro shared a deepfake video of what looked like Megan performing intimate acts. In July, Milagro accused Megan of being mentally disabled, and in September repeated the rumor that Megan had a drinking problem. In October, she claimed that the firearm from the shooting was not shown in the trial and had gone missing. The lawsuit stated that it is standard procedure in California to show a picture of the gun rather than bring it into court, and the firearm was in possession of the LAPD. And the lawsuit goes back as far as May of 2022, when she shared the LAPD police report where in isolation it looked like Megan stepped on glass and was never shot.
Damn.
Megan's legal team also believed that Milagro was being paid by Tory's team, and Milagro had
can't stand these bougie ass bitches,
Tory's
man.
father. Akademiks definitely indirectly benefits from supporting Tory because of the drama involved, but doesn't need to be paid to hold this position. As
like,
part
bro,
of this
you
lawsuit,
do all this fuck ass shit and then want to blame somebody else.
And reportedly
you don't like a
mocked the
dumbass.
lawyers and had to cover Megan's legal costs as a result. Megan soon obtained a gagging order against Milagro, meaning that she couldn't publicly comment on Megan anymore. As well as these legal wins, the ongoing case was financially crippling Milagro. On Megan's team were Quinn Emanuel, a highly respected corporate law firm, and on Milagro's side were the non-profit legal team Unite the People. In June, Unite the People withdrew from the case because of financial difficulties, and Milagro needed a new lawyer. And even though Megan chose to make an example out of Milagro, Akademiks would soon be called to a deposition too. Just like Tory Lanez, Akademiks also had some incredibly heated moments with this law firm during the deposition. Only this time around, Akademiks had all of these chaotic scenes on camera. Before the deposition started, Akademiks read out the legal letter he received from Megan's legal team at the law firm Quinn Emanuel.
Good afternoon, Mr. Allen. Thank you for confirming receipt of her subpoena for documents to take your deposition in this matter. We are amenable to proceed it on different days, and for your convenience, we could try to get a conference room closer to your residence, and blah 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 blah. We'll confer with counsel for the things, for the alternate. Okay, I'll be in touch, and correspondent will be in touch as well. I have a lawyer filing some stuff, you know, this and third. Yo, Milagros, I don't know what they got you in. You know, I'm not no op to you. Listen, you know, I had offered, I don't know if these over at Rock Nation thought that, like, because I offered you, like, 15 bands or whatever, that I don't give a what they think. And I've been said this before, I was going to give you the bread, but truth be told, when the little weird happened and started talking about me, I thought you were being slick. So I was like, yo, I'm not going to beef with you, but I'm not giving you no money. Like, that's a fact.
Akademiks then streamed a huge portion of the deposition. It looked as if they were trying to establish that Akademiks and Tory Lanez had some sort of relationship with finances. However, Akademiks gave an answer that did not suit the narrative they were trying to push. When Ak was asked which artists he has been paid to promote in the past, he responded,
I do believe I've gotten paid to promote Meg Stallion. She's a major artist. I know. Oh, look at her face. Look at her face. Look at her face. Ah!
The deposition, according to Akademiks, went on for 7 hours. Ak claimed that this deposition was another attempt to drain Milagro over already depleted funds. Milagro had a lawyer on the call who presumably, like most lawyers, was being billed by the hour.
So even that Rhonda chick that you don't see on camera, that keeps talking, she's billing Milagro. Milagro has to pay that. Well, you can tell, like, she's one lawyer. She might be $300 an hour. I'm no disrespect to her. These lawyers are top-tier lawyers. So we stayed on for 7 hours. 3,000 per lawyer. 7 hours. That's over $20,000. That's my entire point. That's my entire point to y'all. They're legally bullying people.
Akademiks and these attorneys are coming from two completely different worlds. Lawyers are always very careful about what they say, whereas Akademiks' career has been built on bigging things up for entertainment. Asking about Tory, a lawyer named Joanna asked,
What's your basis to believe that he was wrongfully convicted?
The basis would be, you know, I sat through and watched, you know, in hip-hop I cover the majority of trials and the majority of cases, and I not only have to do that, clearly I'm not a lawyer, you are, but I review all of these details, court transcripts of all of these testimonies, and I thought the burden of proof was on the prosecutor to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Tory Lanez was not only in possession of a weapon, but shot Miss Pete. And I had a lot of doubt. There was a lot of doubt that I thought was more than reasonable. So under that premise, I don't see, or I couldn't stand behind a decision to put somebody in jail for 10 years when there is more than what I believe. Decision to put somebody in jail for 10 years when there's more than what I believe is reasonable doubt that he didn't commit these crimes.
Akademiks' central point is that Megan has lied during this case. She lied about stepping on glass, and she also lied that she was ever intimate with Tory. So essentially, she cannot be trusted.
I accept the verdict. I accept all of this stuff. I don't accept the liar. I think she's a liar. She was a liar then. She's a liar now. She's going to be a liar tomorrow. And yeah, that's it.
What doesn't suit Akademiks' narrative is that Tory has also changed what he said too. He claimed that Kelsey never shot Megan, but Tory is now trying to bring forward a witness claiming that Kelsey was supposed to claim that Kelsey shot Megan. But Akademiks and his audience don't seem to want to apply the same level of scrutiny to this. Joanna was understandably frustrated that Akademiks hadn't accepted the verdict.
We're gonna show.
12 jurors
Hey, this video in the beginning of the
Joanna then tried to corner Akademiks into accusing Megan of perjury.
Do you believe she perjured herself on the stand at the criminal trial? Is that what she testified for?
I wouldn't know. That would be something the prosecutors would have to answer. But that, you know, we've rarely seen prosecutors turn back around and go for perjury charges on someone that they needed as a star witness. So I don't know. You know, again, I can't tell you what the truth is.
I didn't really ask you how frequently prosecutors decide whether or not they're going to charge somebody with perjury.
Look your bitch ass up, you ugly ass hoe.
Opinion about this trial and whether or not Miss Pete
Fat
is a liar.
forehead,
So my
bitch.
question to you is, do you believe she perjured herself on the stand?
You're asking me if I think she did not tell the truth.
Yeah, that's what perjury means.
Okay, I didn't believe her. Not at all. I believe.
So you believe she perjured herself on the stand?
Yes.
Now, that's another, like,
But
I don't know
Ak knew what he was doing.
Over there at Quinn Emanuel, not want to answer to the term perjury because that's actually a legal and a criminal act. The act of perjury is a criminal act. So if I say she perjured herself, it means I fully believe that she could or should be charged with perjury.
She also turned the accusation of Megan being a liar back on him.
Here's my next question, which is about you. Have you ever lied about anything?
I'm a human. I've definitely told a lie. Yeah.
So should everybody say, he's lied before, therefore, I'm throwing the baby
She lied the whole fucking trial, you dumb white bitch!
If they want to, yeah. That's everyone reserves the right to say,
You
based
talking
on
those
your
bitch?
conduct, I don't want to hear a thing out of your mouth. That
You
applies to
bubble-faced
me on the
bitch.
highest level because I'm a broadcaster. I would love to have a billion ears. But if they said based on your objectionable views, your actions, you told us this and it wasn't true, we don't want to listen to you or we don't believe you, that's on anyone. I completely believe it.
And when Joanna got another lawyer to share something on the screen, a monumental mistake was made. And instead of obtaining information from Akademiks, Ak was exposed to some confidential information about Quinn Emanuel and Rock Nation. While one of the lawyers was supposed to show something on screen to Ak, she accidentally shared the ongoing chat between the lawyers on Slack.
So she shares the screen. Bang! Here we go. So FYI, so no one wastes their time. This video is not useful for a deposition, just funny. I don't know what video this is. And then Julian says, LOL. Alana says, just dropping this in case useful later. Damn, Alana, you was my girl. So this is DJ Akademiks' testimony about the DNA tweet. Okay. And then Julian says, OVO. Why you spell OVO like that? What? Yo, y'all plotting on me and the boy? Yo, what's good with y'all?
So the mention of Drake's label is highly suspicious. This could be the fact that they're trying to prove that Akademiks is a paid mouthpiece for Drake as well as Tory. During one of their breaks, Ak also posted on social media. The deposition Meg the Stallion got me in asking me about Tory, Drake, and Nicki Minaj more than their client Meg. You sure Drake ain't pay you? You sure Nicki ain't paying blogs? Who is Grand Wizard? Did Tory send you bread on Cash App? Akademiks was apparently informed that they were acting on behalf of Megan Thee Stallion and that this case had nothing to do with Rock Nation.
But it be all up
this
in the
Slack
tea.
chat might have suggested
But don't know
otherwise.
shit.
So on one of the breaks, I posted, yo, they're asking me crazy in here about Drake, everybody. Listen, I'm gonna snitch. I'm gonna tell the world. Look what she says. And this is where I realize we got you. Y'all are liars. Tell Des. If you're the lawyer for Megan Pete, why would you need to tell Des? Who's Des? The only Des that I know, and I could be wrong. Desiree Perez, the co-founder and chief executive officer of Rock Nation. So you did this. So with y'all sitting there with me for 7 hours claiming that y'all had
all they doing is stepping on black niggas so they can get rich as possible as they can and throw us away, nigga. Just because they black don't mean they black, nigga.
Kind of another example of Akademiks
I remember that, nigga.
going to something that's been unverified, but it does support the evidence that we've seen thus far.
I wouldn't trust
What the
Jay-Z
Slack
with the
chat
damn,
definitely
nigga.
proved was that Megan's lawyers were infuriated with Akademiks. Joanna, the brunette woman who spent most of the time questioning him, wrote, "If he won't shut the F up, I am never getting through this." Another lawyer named Marie responded that she was trying to get off this damn call. Joanna later wrote, "She just effing shared our effing Slack." And Joanna responded, "What the F? He's going to tell everyone."
You did.
To which Marie responded, "Un-effing believable." Eventually, Joanna confronted Akademiks about a social media post during one of
We
their
don't trust you
breaks.
slimy ass bitches.
Mr. Allen,
You slimy ass hoes.
I asked you whether or not you had
Cute face, nice ass titties don't mean shit, bitch. You be slimy and dirty on the inside, bitch. You slimy ass bitch. You reptilian looking ass bitch.
Yes.
And I asked you to try and refrain from that during the course of the deposition.
You hoes got us fucked up, nigga.
Okay. Do you believe that
Fuck y'all think got going on, you
posting
pussy?
on social media is a form of messaging?
Not messing an individual.
Okay. Elena, can we mark as
It's just show you, nigga. They trying to backdoor niggas 24/7, nigga, especially if you black.
One of the. Here we go.
You posted on your Instagram account during the course of this deposition?
Yeah, definitely during the break, yes.
Okay.
During the break.
Which break was that?
One of the breaks, or lunch, or one of the times.
Okay. And you wrote, this deposition, Meg Thee Stallion got me in asking me about Tory, Drake, and Nicki Minaj more than their client, Meg Thee Stallion.
On your goofy
ass. That's 3 laughing, crying emoji faces, right?
Yes.
I mean, you gotta take a rocket science to see that shit, dumbass.
Then you quote as if you're saying something I said, right?
I didn't attribute it to you, but I did put things in quotation.
Right, but you put it in quotations to suggest these are as if these are the questions you're being asked, right?
Bitch, are you stupid?
I didn't. You're putting words in my mouth at that point.
Okay, so then why don't you tell me what the purpose of you putting quotes in your...
Because you're a bozo, bitch.
Around these phrases was.
That's why, you dumbass.
I understand the subject matter I was being questioned on. Is Drake paying you? Is Nicki paying you?
I don't care if you look good or not, bitch. You a bozo, bitch. All you clown assholes, nigga. Y'all be trying to get black niggas out the paint, nigga. That's why you don't fuck with none of you pussies, bro. Y'all be trying to take us out, bro. All we niggas be trying to do is come up, and y'all niggas trying to take our asses out, nigga.
There are aspects of this deposition that may be kept confidential, and you couldn't even wait until the deposition was over before you started posting about it on social media?
Despite concluding in 2023, the battle between Tory Lanez and Megan and those involved lingers on. There have been online petitions, appeals, and even attempts to overturn the conviction. There's also been a request for pardon from Amber Rose and Florida Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna, who is a bit suspicious in this case. And whatever legal developments happen in the courtroom, Tory and Megan will no doubt also be keeping a close eye on the court of public opinion, as they have been.
Well, they can keep court this bitch. We don't believe Megan Thee Stallion. You look like even more of a clown than you used to do.
Someone who's financially capable of fighting back. And she was even trying to get Aiden Ross into the deposition, although we haven't seen that yet. She would also have the odds staked against her because she's a public figure. And of course, Akademiks would simply revel in the publicity that this would give him.
I'll be back. So y'all see from here, bro. It's certain people in this bitch, man, that will fuck your life up. Anybody can get paid off. You feel me? Especially if they don't believe in God. You know what I'm saying? Yahweh. Anybody can get paid off. You know what I'm saying? And the thing is, bro, it's like, bro, they gotta do what they gotta do. You know what I'm saying? Especially when they not following what they saying. Like, they want to fuck with me because I'm exposing every fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? They want these people who just gonna go along with wherever they going on. You got these niggas get the millions and the fame, and then when they do some fucked up ass shit, get them out the paint. At the end of it, they're all trying to keep us down. You know what I'm saying? Keep us on this rat race, this hamster wheel of hoping for success. We're not hoping, but like, you get what I'm saying? Like, when they get you into that place of super fame, that shit could be on some fugazi shit a lot of times. So, like I said, man, good job, Act, for stand up for us people who coming up in the game and people who's already established, because that's what they're trying to do. Silence the black creators or just creators in general who exposing the truth. And we have this bitch, Hood, Northside, Big Crip in the gang, Northside shit.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.